All right. I know we spoke about this when I was little, when I first arrived. All right. Okay, I have to think about this. All right. So, if the world is a circle, yeah. You have to remember when I speak, it's not. Hold on. Right. This is flat. Circle, and then I have the quarters. Actually, it's the quadrants. All right, I did something this morning. It's called superhero. It's the script. All right, at the end of the word superhero, it says roe, R-O-E. The script here depended on the problem things. Now, on the way in, as guardian and watcher and documentor from that side of cosmic nursery and doctorate, if my grandfathers were Antonin, Kataruzza, and Clifford Gundar. For this purpose, and to stay on course, it's the only two men in this New York, let's say, hemisphere of America. Actually, one was in Europe, so we'll just say the quadrant of New York for the moment. The generation was Genie ratio. I'm sorry, it was Genie ration, R-A-T-I-O-N. I heard, now it was not my grandparents. My grandfather and one died, so I couldn't ask. But I did ask my grandmother. They said that they had heard of a potato famine in Ireland, but they did not, they had to ration their food. They couldn't eat like we eat today on Super Size Me, but they had enough money to go through until the stock market and the depression. But other than that, Clifford lived on a farm. They supplied their own food. They had whatever. So that was ration, and that seemed to work. But during that generation, outside of New York, or outside of Clifford and Antonin, somewhere in world leadership, leaving my family out of royal things, they were planning for the next cycle and the next generation. What happens is, you know how there's that guy, I call him Caco del Toro, only because there's so many Guillermos. And then he's a Guillermo, and he's a del Toro. Right, okay, so to me, it sounds like we're in the cuckold over here, in the fucking, somebody robbed and stole my nest. And so I'm just going to call it, the shit house. And not because he's shit, because he's not. It's just let's see how much we can get away with while we got this thing going on just between, the evil. Right. Okay. So, right. So here we are okay. I still fucking know what you all did, but making it worse. All right. So, there we are in the scripts. So they're writing scripts. So now I'm all right. So my father's generation is called baby boomer. So they're the Genie. Right? Everybody knows about the Genie. You rub the lamp, you make a wish, buy some time in a bottle. The story never works out well. I don't know why you chose to go forth with that plan, stupid fucking humans. And so let's think about this. So they're the baby boomers. BABYBOOMERS. Oh my God. MERS, that sounds like America. It's in there. It's like an A, and then they hit it in between MERS. Right, yeah, superheroes. Right, at the end of that's a row. And it goes tick, tick, tock, boom! Oh my God, it does. Right, okay. So here we are in Okay, so we have it's ration, which was Grandpa's era. My dad's era, which was Lewis, is Generatio, Ratio. Now, how many good seeds do I have? That's a ratio of n. And how many of the broken, diseased, and selfishly dishonorable do I have? Right, okay, that's a ratio. And great. Any other categories God should know about? Right, yeah, okay. So that's how that one went. And then there's my generation. I'm General. I'm Gene. I'm the genie, and I come by special process. And then I also, the capitulate A means, if you ever saw the element table of periodics, like periodically you look at the element table, right? Yeah, right. No, not in general public, but all right. So if you did, if you looked at it, right? Okay, right. Well, let's put it this way: the people I woke up to, right? Salt. Oh my God, it comes on a table in a shaker. It's solid. It's crystallized. Yeah, that's all they know. Never really even knew to think about a periodic table and to periodically check the elements and maybe teach some of the kids some of the numbers and the ratios. So, on that note, sodium actually, in astronaut cosmonaut level, it comes as a gas, right? Yeah, but if you're on the flat, like, table surface, right, it's a crystallized solid. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. So now that's, because here's the thing, right? We have Special Olympics, right? Yeah. I have Special Olympics in the Super Genius category. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they don't belong to me. They're like some rogue nation or legion of trying to put something together. I don't know for who. I was hoping it was for me and Nick Klaus. Clearly it wasn't. So now, here's our thing. It's, we call them quadriplegics. Look at us, right? Yeah. Because I have like all the answers, and I'm a wisp and a phantom and a no, like ohm. Right, yeah, this is like not my home, but I can see it clearly on the way in, on the way out, and I don't like to be here. Right, okay, so there's quadriplegics. Those are the quadrant people, like that one with the cross in the middle. That would be this one. This is quads, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a quad. Oh my God, look at that. And this is a flat circle. Yeah, sure is. Okay, great. And then we're just missing one other one, which is the circle, and that's the hemisphere. So, that's the hemisphere, so you know what it looks like. All right, so I have quadriplegics. Their arms and legs of intuition and understanding have been cut completely from the body of their mental capability. Only mental. Their physicality seems to operate as a genetic being that moves in some kind of outer science project that's broken at the moment, with like mad scientists like trying to get one over and go like, I'm just gonna sit here and see how long it takes. Right, okay, so I don't know what quadrant your superhero lives in, right? But I don't have any. I'm the only one. Right, okay, and then there's the paraplegics. Oh my God. Right, okay. Those are another set of quadriplegics. Yeah, they're just in the para section of you don't see them, don't know about them, never heard of them. And they get egocentric. Like, they like to do the right thing and they want you to know who they are. In small, quiet groups. Like, in the group of 5, you better know that, like, so-and-so is the one who fixed whatever. Right, yeah, okay, like, those are important, like, in the group of, like, 5. Right, yeah, but then they get out, and they're like, wait, is she talking? Right, because nobody talks to them the way that I talk. Right, yeah, got it, but I'm on the outside, and you guys didn't do a good job, so, just saying. an egocentric like talk, you'll be successfully completed once you get me back to where I belong. Now here's the other thing. They sent me some guy, which I mean like gorgeous, like, but they were all gorgeous. Like, all right, so super symmetry on the genetics. But anyway, so they sent me some guy, some medic, to deliver Alexander. I mean, gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Blood orange in the eyes. Not the blue, the orange, like the red orange. Blood orange, I call it. And just like the tune was like heaven. Like, I want to know where there are more of you, because that feels like home. And then like Romer, the Jason thing, no, he's part of the broken. So now here's the thing. Then he, I think it's the same guy, comes back to look at Alexander and to hold him as like a medic follow-up, home visit. That's when they gave me the orange and black and gray Panasonic phone that I had a sonic issue with, gridding, but for national security issue. But that gentleman, see, here's the thing. Like, he looks like he's my genre and where my general timing belongs with. Like, that's where I belong, wherever he is, like, in that group. But the thing is that my 6'5" to my 5'6", the way that I was built in my special relationship, the gentleman that came to visit doesn't feel right. Like he feels right in the sense of, like, he feels better than a human. Like, there's just something different about, like, almost like magnets. Like, he had, like, a slight magnetism where I'm like, well, that feels better. And I'm like, oh, I don't, because, like, humans repel me. Like, I'm like, you again? Like, when is this over? Is this, like, tick, tick, tock, boom? Right, so, like, the blue, like, I was just like, oh, that feels more like something that might be right. Right, okay, so go in that direction. But now, when... like, I call him Rhino, because that's what it feels like. If you ever saw a rhino in the wild, like a bull rhino charging something, I mean, like, you feel its presence before it actually gets to your physical domain. It's like, it just, and it goes. Right, see, that's what Niklaus is to me. Like, that's the level of, like, magnetism I need. Like, that's what is, like, correct in the world. And, like, the rest of you are nice, and, like, it's a slight magnetism, but I don't even get that. I get all the repellents. But if there's a room of really handsome guys, and then, but see, that's the problem, is that you've been fucking around with the magnetism and the amount of whatever they got going on, and you keep sending me the wrong, I don't know, whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. I mean, like, I call it response, but from the inside light, and then the magnet. But I mean, it's like you've been keeping him from me the whole time. So, like, what the fuck did I really expect from any of the fucking quadriplegics that don't have a fucking mental note between the two of them? They're like praying that the clouds work and the satellites don't send like a funny signal, and that, like, you know, someone's iPhone walking by doesn't send like viral code towards you because you did whatever it was that the fucking crazies at, like, hiding shit, like, whatever. So fucking annoying. Alright, so anyway, so that's Special Olympics, that's quadriplegic, that's paraplegic. I'm trying to think of what else. But then it's like, and then you get like the fucking normal shitheads. Like, they call themselves doctors. I'm like, don't even. Like, you hurt the linguistical understanding. Because they're like, no, I got a second doctor from California. Like the paper cut kids. I got a second doctor from California who says that she's definitely schizophrenic, so we can put that down in the papers, so this way we can keep directing whatever it is that we fucking do. Like, that kid, there's a firing squadron somewhere. I'm waiting for my firing squadron to root out that little Roto-Rooter group. I think they're in the CIA somewhere. I'm just saying. Might not be the one here. Might be over hiding in foreign lands. I found out that they opened other offices illegally. You were allowed to have one intelligent name for one physical location for one group of idiot humans, and you all decide, oh my god, we'll make a chain of federal idiots. Right, and then, like, the outer ones were like, we're gonna call ourselves Legat. You go be your agents. I mean, like, at least there's somewhere, there's like a little, like, who's running your quadrant? You understand? Like, there are some smart things walking around. It's just there's so many of the opposite. It's like painful to, like, and then you gotta sit down and go through. You're like, okay, so let me get straight. You work for Special Olympics, right? Okay, like, are you the charity organization or are you like the intelligence organization? It's like, depends on what they say. Is that the way you go with that one? Because it's like, I mean, you're all like a Special Olympics project for I got a medical degree. I want to write you an antidepressant because I make money and then my husband and I get to go on vacation so we get a really big boat and then I get shoes and a bag and I get my hair done, So I'm going to write you a paper that says that you are schizophrenic and bipolar. Here's the thing, though. There are a small group of, like, real directors somewhere in Caca del Toro area of, like, shh. It speaks. Yeah, it sure fucking does. What we don't know at my level is what the fuck you all do. Like, where's this? I mean, okay, so now I'm in General, and I'm the Genie Chi. I'm the Genie X. And then I got some fucking broken, I'm the only real one, R-E-A-L. There's a song, it's called, it's written by The Script, S-C-R-I-P-T, because humans are fucking illiterate and not worth or anything, but this one made music, so thank you. And it's called Superhero, and the first words in it says, she's been fighting for this all her life. Yeah, she sure fucking has. Getting out of bed every day and having to deal with the fucking fake. It says they took away the prophet's dream to make a profit on their own. Here's the thing. In Lewis's you already failed humanity by your directorship of some sort at not at Caca del Toro, because he does movies, although I'm like iffy on that, because it's like, how many of you shitbags pushed for more backlot scenes and cameos rather than whatever. But it is a visual world. So anyway, let's think about this. Yeah, I got off track for a second. They took away the prophet's dream to make a profit on the street. That they did. Oh, right. So my grandfather's generation, the ration, they wrote, even though they were having ratio problems already, they wrote in ratio N, Lewis's generation, where they were going to, like, give them all this money and let them, like, the broken pieces just create something, and oh my god. And then really fucking put the weight on my fucking appearance in the General Chi and General X generation, right? Coming back and going, no, we're not giving up! We're taking it all! You're going to fucking stick me and do nothing! Right, okay. So that's where we're at in that, because, like, generation, like, and let's call it, which is my dad, Lewis's generation, they made machines. So you were having problems with employment, society, and running stuff with the humans at the wheel of, like, okay, well, I'll go to the tailor and the seamstress. It might take, like, whatever, 2 weeks to get a beautiful coat made. We'll start in the spring. I mean, at least she'll have round-the-clock work. I mean, what the hell's... And it's handmade and, like, it's beautiful. Okay, so then why do we replace that with mass-producing cheaper by the dozen, making some other shithead's kid's dream come true with metallurgy floating on the fucking sea and doing nothing? Shooting birds in the wind. I mean, like, seriously. So... Like, it's just really fucking painful to be amongst you idiots at cleanup time after you fuck up so bad. And then, like, the other kids are like, wait, I heard that they can punish you. Yeah, that's why we're doing this together, and you're not leaving it out for me to be the front runner, fuck up. So anyway, we've got, let's think about this. Right, so now they've replaced everybody with machines, like calculators, machines. They've over-educated themselves in God's science, and they've undereducated themselves in survival. Completely. So, and they've undereducated themselves on morals, ethics, and treating one another right. And there's no community whatsoever. So now here's the thing. Okay, so you already have been convicted before you arrive. Some nice guys in the ministry were trying to warn your shithead parents. And then your fucking shithead parents turn on them and are like, no, we still want our tick-tick-tock boomers. Alright, got it. Okay, that's where that cuckoo clock comes from. Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. Oh my God, is that to humans? Yeah, because the couple of us that know how to work gearboxes and are going to sit back in the Caca del Toro because we're all shit while they all make machines and replace themselves like stupid fucking assholes. Right, yeah, we're going on to something better. We sure fucking are, and we're just like waiting for this to fucking end. And find one another in the cuckoo house. So, like Jack Nicholson, like best dad ever, and a few good men trying to get away from like fucking crazy. Why would you make machines to replace your skills, you fucking stupid ass humans? What are your kids gonna do in the future when the machines do everything and there's no purpose for your kids? Oh, you didn't think of that. You were just like, yeah, I learned how to make a special sequence that makes silk feel soft. No, and silk still doesn't come from a spider always. Like the good silk does, but like the ones that they mass produce is still synthetic, you stupid fucking morons. It is so painful. It really is. And like, I don't claim that I know everything, because I don't. I mean, I could discover everything. I mean, if I sat here long enough, I'm doing a pretty fucking good job. Like, just tripping along, going like, oh, if I stare at the periodic table long enough, like, what jumps out at me? Oh, look, some numbers, some letters. Now, why if I think, I've been taught sodium is, I mean, like, what jumps out at you on anything in your environment when you're doing recon? I mean, like, and then I jumped to military on that, because I'm like, I think that we teach our guys, but then again, I'm like, our guys, right, yeah, okay, the guys on TV, right, the ones that I saw, like Dunkirk, Vietnam, oh, that was the other thing, right, here's the thing, my love, Rhina, this is for, like, gas district sodium from table salt flat crystal Na, right, not available at the moment, clearly. They taught me, this generation in Chi, in big old Generation X, that in the Vietnam era, Vietnam, of Viet Cong, Vietkong, it's very loud in my ear that the Viet Cong were already on machines, right? That's one. And two, the more known is that they were tunnelers. And when the good American dads came over unprepared because they have the shittiest fucking army ever, and the seniors in Russia were like, it's not funny. So they sent the good American dads over to the fucking Viet Cong going like, what, like third world nation, right? Like, right. They don't really have money. They have no money. That's what they taught us. You have no money. Like, your kids are walking around the street with their bellies hanging out, no clothes, crying, asking for food and medical help, and, like, nobody loves you. And the good old American dads were like, I'll take up arms and I'll come help you and be your superhero, because that's what Americans are all about. And they come charging over to Vietnam, and they're like, wait a minute. And there's fuckers like tunneling in warren systems under the ground, hiding in like guerrilla fashion. And the Americans are like, well, we just learned about the Civil War. Everybody was on a flat surface, and then like you just came out dual style. Like I'm shooting first. Like I mean, and if you think about it from like an army point of view of somebody holding a gun, you're like, why the fuck would you ever get on a flat surface? Like. This is how dumbed down society's become. Like, do you really have to give, like, a 5-year-old a gun and make him stand on a flat surface and then question them and go, listen, son, I want you to think this one through before you get to school and they try to teach you, like, I don't know, criminally and, like, sane stuff. I don't know how they get away with it. But they're teaching us, like, in the books, it says... Like, the general so-and-so brought him up to the... And then they threw a hill in there, and then a flank, and they're like, okay, now it's strategy. There's a tree on the field. Right, but who gets to go in the tree? You see how this goes? I mean, like, people are like, wait a minute. I didn't even think of that. Oh, no, really? I told you, you're a fucking quadriplegic in the cognition and in the recognizing stuff league of shitbags. Get used to the title. It's not what I gave you. It's what you were born. So now, let's see. Right, okay, so they get over to Viet Cong territory, and they're in tunnels. Now, this reminds me, if I'm talking gaseous astro sodium level... Right, are you seeing a thematic with low key? And maybe they had a head start in like enemy territory. Just saying they weren't really excited about seeing Americans. They were excited about killing a whole lot of them. I don't know what the fuck they were telling them over there. But again, this is part of my problem this generation. Hello! God speaking, the eye of God. Yeah, the eye of Ra. Sure fucking am.